So how do we practice efficiently? Well, the most important thing, and this might seem incredibly obvious, but we have to know what we're trying to practice. There has to be a point to your practice sessions. There's no point in just playing through stuff repeatedly just in the hope that it might eventually get better. We have to have purpose to everything we do. So with that in mind, it's probably better to practice for only 20 minutes as opposed to 3 hours. If you know that 20 minutes can be really effective and you can focus on a particular thing, rather than having 3 hours of just playing through stuff without any kind of direction in your practice routine. So let's say you're trying to develop a particular shift. Rather than just playing the phrase that has the shift over and over again, think about how you might develop that and how you might make it better. You break it down into all its constituent parts. For example, or if you're working on a particular bow stroke, let's say a martellet bow stroke, you wouldn't need to play the whole passage with just that bow stroke. You could just take literally 1 or 2 notes and just perfect how you execute that particular stroke. So the important thing is to compartmentalize the aspects of the piece that you're trying to learn, or the study, or the scale, or whatever, and you really just focus on one particular thing at a time, and don't move on until you get it better. The other thing to bear in mind is you've always got to be completely relaxed. So if you feel that you're getting to the stage where, I'm going to get this right, I'm going to get it right if it kills me, that's probably the time to just go and take a step back, go and have a cup of tea, and then come back to it. So you've got to be relaxed. There's no point being tense. You can practice, as much of your practice should be practicing staying relaxed as possible. Not just, I'm going to practice for 3 hours because that's what will make me better. Extra time, huge practice sessions do not make you better. It's practicing carefully. This whole old adage of practice makes perfect is rubbish. Practice can make permanent, which is not necessarily a good thing. We have to practice carefully in order to make any kind of improvements. So have a focus, have an end point in sight, just take small snippets at a time, and just really be very clear about what you're wanting to learn of a practice session. So say today I'm going to learn my G major octaves and I'm just going to focus on that, or tomorrow I'm just going to focus on this particular passage, or the next day I'm going to work on my sautille bowing or my staccato. So you've got to have something very clear, and you set yourself waypoints along your practice time. Yeah? And then hopefully things start improving. Happy practicing.